Hey y'all, welcome back to Stoked Big Air Edition. I'm Aesthetic. With me on this is Blank Tester.
Hey kids, how's it going?
And Turo.
Hi.
We're heading back to K2 now to do that Freeride in the Pro Challenge. And I actually think this was probably the most enjoyable of these kind of back half of Stoked videos. You know, sure, there's still like one or two places where, or, you know, a few more than those, where it just like funnels you into a, you know, crevasse, and it's just like, okay, go through that and just go to the next section. But otherwise, like, K2's a lot more open, and so, you know, kind of the using the natural terrain and ramping back and forth and such with that felt a lot better than like some of the other mountain ranges where it's like, ooh, this looks like a sweet opportunity, let me take it, and then I launch off and I look down and it's just gonna be like trees.
Yeah.
Like, it's just gonna be like, which thing am I gonna pin myself on and spear myself on?
Yeah.
You know, here I can actually, I don't know, carve and ride and, you know.
Yeah, I think that the game is honestly at its best, as far as I'm concerned, when it's more natural than artificial, if you know what I mean. Like, man-made structures are not this game's strong suit, in my opinion. Cause,
yeah,
like,
but also just shit in your way.
Yeah, but that's just it. Like, the shit in your way, in like a natural environment, at least it feels like, okay, well, in real life I would have to navigate around big rocks or trees or whatever. But like, when there's like a gate in front of you, it's like, okay, you've basically created two pillars that I can't hit, which is not that interesting. And you know, like in an SSX game, they would always have like huge set pieces and stuff, and this game's not going for that. So the man-made stuff on the mountain is a little bit less interesting to me. These kind of big open spaces, I think, are where the game looks like it plays better. To me. That's just
yeah. But yeah, welcome back to Stoked.
Yep, here we are.
Yeah.
Incredible. You're wow.
Yeah, that was now you're just covered in powdered sugar.
Yeah. Oh, I never
Yeah.
noticed how, like, I thought it would just fade away, but it actually shrinks on your body. That's kind of a nice touch.
Yeah. The powdered sugar is being that you can't
absorbed
see it,
by your
tongue
skin.
Your tongue is like extending out really quickly and like licking it off really fast.
Yeah, the frame rate's not high enough in the game to see it, but
Yeah. To be fair, the technology just wasn't there yet.
yeah,
so really,
I mean, you can't expect that of a, what was this? Did this come out on the 360 PS3 era?
this was 2009. Yeah.
Yeah, 360.
Yeah, so you can't really expect that of that era of games, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even expect that in EA Skate, and that was like a 10 times bigger team. Like,
Yeah.
It definitely. Yeah.
I remember back when God of War 3 came out, and everybody was really impressed when Kratos would lick the blood off his body.
Yeah.
Really fast in the same way.
And that was like a
you know?
first-party title.
First time that we'd ever seen that in gaming, like represented just like we see in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wild. Kratos opened his mouth and like his giant tongue would just come out and
Like his
lick
tongue was
all
like as
over,
big
and then
as
he'd be
his
clean.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, he just got out of like a big, brutal execution, and then you hear the lapping sounds and the tongue flapping around. It was weird. It was weird, but I mean, like, it was realistic. Is what I really appreciated about it. You know,
What a pretty shot.
it was nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
taking
Just fucking covered in snow.
Yeah.
I just wanted to use the camera.
Yeah.
There's no reason to, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know what game did end up doing that though, and put it as like actually used it as an interesting feature? Steep. In a pretty similar way, honestly.
really.
Yeah.
How? So what was the? I mean, what did they do with it? How did they make
Steep,
that a useful feature?
Steep, it worked basically the same way. You would stop on the mountain and you would open up like your binoculars, and that's how you would find new drop points.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
You would
cool.
like if it would show like a grayed out area of the map from the binoculars, and if you hovered over it for like it would
like
make
you're
it pretty
scanning the
clear
area
that
or
like
whatever.
this is a new drop point that you haven't unlocked yet, and if you looked at it for like 5 seconds, it would be like new drop point unlocked, which is pretty cool.
Also, I was really hoping that they were gonna follow this pattern, but the last little event there was called Disturbed, and the one before that was called Mastodon, and I was like, oh shit, are they naming these after bands? I don't know if Sick and Right is a band name. It's probably just coincidence.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
the
known a
next
real
challenge
Mastodon
is named
kick recently.
Weezer, and then the next challenge after that is going to be Interpol.
And then Nickelback and
Yeah.
you know, all the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
actually,
luck.
it's just gonna be like blue album, green album, red album.
Black album, gray album, white album. Yeah.
And then they start listing off albums they haven't even made yet,
Yeah.
like Pacific Daydream. I was like, wait, that came out like 10 years after this game came out.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure this game was the inspiration for that.
Oh, right. And then they start they start listing albums that like they haven't even made in our reality yet.
Right,
Like, you know, like the Purple album.
Yeah. And Mambo number 6 and stuff.
Yeah, like Rivers Cuomo played Stoked and was like, hang on, now here's a really good collection of like 300 extremely vague words/phrases, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Question, do you think it would be weird if Rivers Cuomo had a kid and named them Tributaries?
I'm pretty
the
sure his
weirdest.
kids' names are weirder than that.
Really? Weirder than Tributaries?
Yeah, let me find them now. Now I have to, because I remember seeing
I mean, it's
the
not.
names of his
It's
kids.
still whatever he named his kid is not going to be weirder than like A-X12,
That's true.
right? So like,
Rivers Cuomo children. What are you?
Right, but you could see where that was just like trying to be really weird, but like Tributaries would be funny. you know?
I love that he added X12 just because he could. Oh, that's beautiful. Like, what a stupid idea.
Oh no, it wasn't his kids that were
Weird name.
that had weird names. It was his siblings.
Siblings. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a brother named Leaves.
I guess we shouldn't say weird names. We should say unusual names.
Unusual names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You
like,
know what? If you want to name your kid Leaves,
yeah, because
then-
again, Leaves is still a significantly better name than A-X12.
yeah, it's true. That is
Yeah.
true. However, I will be naming my children Powdered and Donut. So
Powdered and donut.
yeah. I mean, what do you have against it? What do
I
you
mean-
have against it?
You know what? I don't like that you have to put them together. Like, what if they don't have a good relationship? What if they're not
I was gonna
friendly
say,
with
what
each
if
other?
I was gonna say, what if we have Powdered, and then as we're trying for the second baby, my wife
You
has
never
a
have another
miscarriage.
kid?
No, my wife has a miscarriage, and now we're
Yeah.
just stuck with Powdered.
Yeah. Or like, what if you tell Donut that you named Donut after the steel donut, and Powder
Oh.
just works with it?
Yeah,
You know? That'd be a real
it was
mean
just
thing
named
to
after
do.
your mother's love of cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Mama loves cocaine.
yeah,
You don't understand.
crack.
Yeah.
yeah. White lines.
Yeah.
I mean,
flowing
we've got
through
that
my
whole
mind.
like I don't know, Dad. Why was my sister named Rose? Because
Yeah.
your mom loves roses.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Dad. No problem. I don't know.
SSX3.
1969 Chevy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Chevy
whatever.
Camaro.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
Wait, a Corvette. I don't think they were making Camaros yet. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I have just opened myself up to a barrage of
No, you
people
haven't.
insulting
No,
my
you
car
haven't.
knowledge.
No, you haven't.
You haven't opened yourself up to a barrage of anything. This is
That's
stoked.
true. That's true. That's true. anyone want to barrage us, like just in general?
No, don't encourage people. I mean, look, I would like people to leave comments to drive engagement. That would be nice. Please don't barrage us with comments. That would just be annoying. 100
Well-
comments from one person. That
Yeah,
all just say
don't spam
like,
us.
like
Don't
just,
spam.
Yeah, don't spam us.
Oh wow, a new comment, and it's just like fool.
I was gonna say a new comment, like 60 new comments, and they're all just a period.
Oh,
You
I'm
remember-
pretty sure that gets
There was-
deleted.
Do you remember we had, I'm not going to say his name, but there was a person we used to play party games with who thought it was really funny one day to just draw an apple over and over in TKO, and then when we told him it wasn't funny, he just started submitting captions that were all just a single period over and over. He submitted like 40 of them that game. We don't play
Common
games
games.
with him anymore. But I miss that kid.
Bless his heart.
I
You
realized...
don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I realized this about myself, and maybe this was obvious to other people, but I like having a little bit of trouble in my life. I like little bits of drama in that way. Like, I don't want real drama, right? Like, one of my coworkers is being evicted from her home. That's not the kind of drama I want in my life.
Speak for
right?
yourself.
but like, little interpersonal dramas that really have no impact on anything else. I like having that going on in my life. It makes me feel like I've got something to think about, you know, something that's on my mind that isn't so consequential. You know, otherwise I feel existential dread that, like, oh no, the climate, oh no, politics, oh no, this thing, that thing, you know.
So what you're saying is that you actually did appreciate that time I snuck into your house and stole your harmonica.
That would be fun. That would be great. Did you do that? I've been wondering where that went.
Yes.
That's the
That was
real
me.
reason you have a village idiot. you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, no, like, I don't, reach out or do anything different. I just, every day is exactly the same. And so I really liked hearing about, like, oh, in these various Discord servers, there's always this one idiot or this stupid guy.
and like it's great. It's great being able to be the guy with those stories, but I honestly think more people should just get into silly shit like that. Like,
know
if you're
what?
bored, just get into dumb nonsense. I don't mean cause chaos for other people. I just mean,
Well,
like, if you hang around in the right spaces, you'll find chaos. And then you can just kind of watch it and be like, oh man, you gotta hear about what's going on.
You know, I don't think... I just want you to know how much we value 50 dads in our life.
Right?
Yeah, like,
that's the kind of silly
we will
shit
always
that I love.
cherish that story existed.
Don't they
happened.
I'm twice
we went
your
on
age.
Amino and just started trolling
I
people.
told a 13-year-old I am twice your age and have thrice your dad as an insult.
And he took it personally.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like hurt. He was more like, what's wrong with you? Which, to be fair, is also kind of what I like about it. Because, like, to me, that feels like a sort of gentle troll. Because it's like, at the end of the day, he gets to feel like that was a win for him. You know, I'm not actually destroying his life. If I insulted him about something that was really personal for him, then, you know, that would be... That's just being hurtful to a child. You know?
Yeah.
But if
Save
I'm
that
just,
for the adults.
yeah, if I get to be the adults who deserve it, I guess. But like, you know, but like, if I'm trolling somebody, just it should be kind of fun. At the end of the day, I would love for them to be able to go to their friends and be like, "You will not believe what happened," and then I get to be their story. You know, just like other people get to be the chaos in my stories.
That's all we really are at the end of the day. We're just stories to other people.
Yeah, it's like a r/rare insults, and it's kind of a, like, do something that they wouldn't have experienced otherwise. Like,
Right.
I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean with that. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I bet I am the
That's-
first person to ever
that's
say
why I
this.
say
to you.
some. That's why I say some wild shit sometimes in these videos that just makes, like, I don't know, Matt just drop.
You
like,
said
a
I
stone
don't
and
know.
he's-
You just said I don't know, and I think you knew exactly. I mean, as soon as you said, that's why I say some wild shit that makes, and by the time you said the word makes, I was like, okay, yeah, Matt. But you were like, I don't know. Yeah, no, we all know. It's Matt.
No, I mean, just the first way I said it, I realized while saying it, it could be, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, fill my car with nitroglycerin
Yeah,
and
right.
drive it into his home and blow it up, and it's like,
That's not.
no.
That's
That's
not fun. That's just nothing. That's just violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
just
should
a
add that
threat.
into the next GTA.
Yeah. You know what? I bet something like that is in GTA 5.
I guess you could sticky bomb your car and
Yeah.
dive out and then blow it up or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've been messing around with GTA mods recently. It's pretty,
I
pretty
got
good time.
I got Lil Z to start playing GTA, and she has been really enjoying GTA 5.
How violent?
So what what happens is while we're playing, she'll be driving around, which by the way she's gotten much better at driving and shooting, and I started her on like the aim assist, full aim assist, and then I've been backing her off onto like partial aim assist, and eventually I'd like to get her to like no aim assist so that she can like develop the skills to aim and
Finally
shoot
defeat you in combat.
Yeah, I mean, because
In real life Mortal Kombat.
my end goal is to get her acclimated to games enough that we can play through Halo. But along the way, sometimes, something she'll crash into something, and then everything's going to shit, and so she just starts singing that song, "You had a bad day, you took and just starts ramming into people and just blowing shit up, because she's just like, okay, one bad day, I've just lost it. And, yeah, that's kind of that's where most of our money goes.
If you're already having a bad day, you better make sure it's a really bad day.
A really,
start over the next
really
day
bad day.
with a new slate.
Yeah, and her rule is she has to start singing the song. We don't know most of the words to that song, so...
Yeah, you're taking one down, you sing a sad song,
turn it around.
I think that's it. But yeah, no, that's perfect. Like GTA, because it's like, hey, here's a waypoint on the other side of the game world, and like, because the major thing is her sense of not getting lost, right?
Right, exactly. And like, she's that when we started, she had so much difficulty looking at the minimap and like navigating to the place that following the path of the minimap. She can do that like a pro now. And she's genuinely got the worst sense of direction I've ever seen. So
right.
I'm hoping this maybe even translate to her ability to read a map in real life.
Call a helicopter. What pose are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. It's like when you
shrug,
hit the
dude.
very... Oh, by the way, Geeky Roof literally phoned it in. We were talking over that, but you could hear that he's just talking over a phone, and that's getting recorded.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That's
Just hold that SM57 up to your phone speaker, and that's your take.
I mean, it's not like Geeky Roof doesn't care. He's one of the guys who was in, like, the Amped games, and I think in, Lightspeed in the video games, they just...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on the back
didn't have the budget to get him.
That's true,
fly him in.
Fly him in, or get him to a recording booth or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny how you can literally phone it in and still phone it in less than other people metaphorically phone it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How about that one for you, Nagana? You think on that one for a little bit.
I mean, anytime anybody says the word metaphor, I think about something that I heard in like a religious debate once, where there was an atheist, like a spiritual healer, and like a Jewish, like a rabbi, and somebody else there. And during the debate, somebody was talking about like whether or not scripture is metaphorical or something or other. And then the spiritual healer says, "Ah, yes, but what is the metaphor?"
Oh.
And I was like, everybody on stage just looks at her like, what are you talking about? Like, this is just nonsense. What the fuck do you mean? What is the metaphor? You're just playing. It's just a word, like a word play. You're not making a point because it doesn't relate to anything anybody said.
Just dumbass advocate. But though that was long enough ago that she actually predicted, Facebook going to Meta and the Metaverse and all that, so she was actually way ahead of her time.
Yeah, what is Meta for? It's for making money.
Yeah, but
Ka-ching,
their
ka-ching.
whole Metaverse is losing money hand over fist. How long are they going to try to make this weird version of VR chat? She's asking the big questions.
Yeah, the big
She saw
questions
into the
long
future.
before VR was even...
I mean, I've got that question that I could ask, that really big question I could ask, but anyone who hears it would have to immediately post it to 10 other people. Or
Yeah,
else
you should
they'd
probably...
die, so
I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but
No,
I would definitely...
I'll hold it back.
It's very dangerous. It's a
Right,
really
right.
dangerous... I mean, honestly, maybe we shouldn't have been recording immediately afterwards, because it may have...
Yeah.
Like,
now,
I
the
can't-
FBI is going to know our location and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I'm just concerned that I might have said something that I didn't even realize was hinting at the truth that you spouted before we started recording, and it's like, I mean, I don't want to hurt one of your
Like, we have to
viewers.
spend all this time around it, and it's, like, very weird.
Don't say that. Don't say that word.
Don't
Don't say that goddamn word. I'm walking
Don't
on
ask this
eggshells over
question
here.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Don't have
Don't call
3 a.m.
Freddy
Bill.
Fazbear at 3 a.m. and ask this question.
Yeah.
By the way, of all the random old ass memes or things to like randomly get re-obsessed on,
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten re-obsessed on the 1,000 degree knife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I know. It's
remember
like,
that.
why now? There wasn't even a resurgence, but I just
You
thought
thinking
of
about
it again
1,000 degree
and
knife.
kept thinking of it again.
Yeah.
Golly, that was. I was about to say that was hot for a minute, but I mean, it's 1,000 degree knife.
Boo.
I didn't.
I'm still booing
didn't
you
mean as-
anyways.
Well, I did. I guess I did say it, but
Yeah, come
like
on.
the 1,000. How long was that actually popular? It was popular for like a couple months, and then it was over.
I feel like it was a good month-long meme, like as was standard at the time.
Right.
Like that was
Yeah.
definitely in the peak era of meme of the month, where like
Yeah.
people were making like collages of like what the popular meme of the
Yeah.
month was.
Yeah.
But it was old enough that like no one aside from me, like the Zoomers aren't trying to make it like resurge as post-irony or
Right.
anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And now
I
it
mean, we
genuinely
kinda got
is
our
like
fill.
memes die out within 72 hours of their inception.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like keep carrying the torch for the one that I don't like. It's not like I think of it
You're
in
the
terms
knife
of
bearer.
new things to cut or anything like that. I just think of it as the idea.
Yeah. No, you're the knife bearer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you would be the torch bearer, but the knife is hot enough that you don't need a torch.
Yeah, it's,
don't know
it's
why
like,
you're
what if
stabbing
I
bears with
had
it,
the
though.
1,000
I
degree
think
knife.
I think stabbing bears with it is a bit inhumane. But
That's disgusting. Why would you do that?
well,
that
you
is
call them
fucked
the
up.
knife bear.
What? But don't stab bears.
Yeah, I don't
Whether
know
the
why
knife
you
is
speak it
0
into
degrees or
existence.
1,000 degrees.
What did the bears ever do to you? You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
Bob spoke it into existence, so.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a post holding that end up. Why would you build there?
To have fun.
Like, why not just put that somewhere else? There's a perfectly level area that you're standing on
see,
to
okay,
the
there's
left
a-
of it.
There's a thing that we're all not there's a lot of oh my god. There's a lot of issues regarding our future. But one thing that nobody's thinking of is that all of the next generations like architects and builders and
Sorry,
such
hold
are-
on. I'm sorry. Is that a crashed plane?
2
Yes.
of them.
Christ.
Wait, no, it's just one. Just one.
Yes, it's K2, the Savage Mountain.
Yeah, this is the
Of course,
special.
everyone's
This is the
got to
guest
crash.
book.
Everyone's got to crash their plane when if they just pulled up by 10 feet, they could have made it over.
Yeah,
And then
really.
you gotta just shimmy around it. You gotta. There's dead bodies you're shimmying over right now.
Yeah, shimmying on corpses.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying
okay,
there are
anyway,
problems.
Yeah. Tomorrow, the next generation of like builders and architects and civil planners or whatever are all growing up playing like Subnautica
Yeah.
and other stuff where it's just like, oh, I want to just lay down an extra hallway piece and the game will just automatically like build a 2,000 foot support to
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep it to the ground below.
Nanomachines
Like people
will
don't
do it.
aren't realizing the realistics or whatever. So you're gonna be seeing that.
I mean, it's so. Yeah, I mean that's. I imagine nanomachines will probably be the thing doing that, right?
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Doing the building. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know how else. Well, I guess that's just it. I can't predict the technology.
Oh my god. Okay, so people are, all the the AI, art world or whatever is in a tizzy. But build an AI and train it on thousands of blueprints and have it AI make new buildings.
Actually, instead of that, people do use AI to generate building designs that are doing things like being energy efficient by building structures in just running wind simulations, for example, to cool down the building. And so it'll generate a crazy weird looking design that doesn't look like anything any human has ever built, but would be more energy efficient and still stable and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, I bet if you did, you could feed architecture into it and get out more traditional human design looking buildings.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
I
see why
figure
not.
building, support beams and piles under buildings.
I mean,
and
that's just a
such.
basic question of physics.
Yes. That's stuff that an AI could
Easily
take,
do,
physics calculations and
That's
such.
Wolfram Alpha shit.
I mean, even
Yeah,
before
and just-
Wolfram Alpha, just think about, a basic support structure was possible, automatically generated when you play Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? You draw your little roller coaster, and then it just goes, here's where you need the structures. All you need to do is tie that to the physics, and that would just be composite materials and a placement of support structures.
I still
Right.
think the best, most important thing that we put AI to is making episodes of Seinfeld, though.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, it's this song again! Woo! I love this song.
It's a song every time. Yeah, I don't know. I'll need to think about that more.
Yeah.
Because, I'm an engineer, and certainly you couldn't just replace all of us with AI. Every building and plant design or whatever needs so much, coordination between all the different disciplines and stuff that, all the, problems and
certainly
such
with
come
current
from,
technology,
this
you
needs
could.
to change
Yeah.
and dragging it out and da-da-da. But sometimes I have thought, some of this, we could just say what the limitations are and just say, okay,
Yeah.
start to lay out this stuff. I don't
Just
know,
automate
building
it, yeah.
layouts.
Yeah.
And again, then mostly the human part comes from, okay, we've got to put all this stuff together because if I don't know what you guys are doing, then, we're going to create a whole ton of conflicts and blah, blah, blah.
And we're
that's,
gonna
again, where the
die.
human part.
But yeah, I mean, if you automated every part of that, eventually, right? You would have to have a lot of coordination, but these AIs could ask for and deliver exactly the kind of information that you'd need. There would be perfect, clear communication between two different AIs.
Yeah.
Pretty
Maybe.
impressive.
I don't know, but we're not
yeah.
there yet. So
Yeah, that was K2. Next time we're heading back to Mount Shuxon on Stoked.